What's up, guys? Jason Noble here, and today I am going to give you my preview for the upcoming World Cup semifinals, which start tomorrow with Brazil versus Germany, and on Wednesday with Argentina versus Netherlands. Alright, so let's get this started. Brazil versus Germany. Brazil came off a very hard-fought win against a very good Colombian side, 2-1, with goals by either center back. Now, as impressive as the performance was, there are two major negatives. They are missing two of their best players. Thiago Silva, their captain, received a yellow card, and he is suspended for the semifinal match. He would be back for the final if they qualify, and he will be back for whatever their next match is, because they play the third place match if they lose. However, the other player, Neymar, will not be back because he suffered a broken vertebra due to the outrageous challenge by Zuniga in that game. He is out for the entire World Cup. Germany has qualified by beating France 1-0 in a very sound victory. Not overly convincing, but they never really looked in too great of danger either of losing the match. But it was a solid victory, and in my opinion, on this side of the bracket, these were the two best teams, and these are the two teams that should be in the semifinals. Now, as far as calling the match, I really have to say this is a very, very close matchup. I would not be confident in saying it's going to go one way or the other. I would say that this is very much a matchup that could go either way, and I would not be shocked with it going to either team. That being said, a lot of people on the internet, some of the media and other things, saying that now you must consider the Germans to be the favorite. And the reasoning behind this is the suspension of Thiago Silva and the injury of Neymar. Well, I find this a bit silly. Two players, even the two most important players on the team arguably, football is still a team sport. Brazil have good players that can come in and play a role, and it also opens up possibilities for other players to excel that were maybe playing in the shadow of the two bigger stars. I don't remember the exact quote, but Brazilian legend Ronaldo, he mentioned recently, underestimate Brazil at your own risk to Germany. He warned Germany to underestimate Brazil at their own risk. And the reason he believes this is he still believes that Brazil are more than good enough to beat Germany, and I do as well. All right, that being said, you can't say it's a given for Brazil to beat Germany either, because Germany, in my opinion, was the best European team in this World Cup, and they're proving it. I think this game will be very close, and I think the Germans very well could take it. I personally will be cheering for Brazil, and I'm hoping Brazil pull it through. I think they have a good enough defense. Dante, who is a Bayern Munich player, will be slotting in for Thiago Silva. He's very familiar with the German players. So I think they'll be able to be strong defensively, and I think they just have enough talented players to get that goal they'll need to win it. And I think this is going to be a one-goal match either way. I do not think either team will win this by more than one goal. I think this will be a 1-0 or a 2-1 type match. Or it might even go into extra time and maybe even penalties, and we'll see how it goes from there. All right, on to Argentina versus the Netherlands. Now, this one, Argentina qualified through a very impressive performance, beating Belgium 1-0. Really, it should have been higher scoring. They should have beat them by 2, maybe even 3-0, but they only scored the 1. Netherlands squeaked by Costa Rica with a penalty kicks win in the end, with heroics from Krul, the goalkeeper who came in the crazy decision by Louis van Gaal. Argentina will be without Angel Di Maria, which the same thing goes with what I said about Brazil missing 2 players. Football is a team sport. As good as Angel Di Maria is, and I consider him to be maybe Argentina's second best player, definitely second best attacking player, I do not think it's going to kill them that badly. I think they will be able to cope. That being said, this one I am confident in declaring a winner. I personally think Argentina is the better team, and Messi right now is in great form. He played absolutely amazing in their last game against Belgium, and I think Argentina will be too much for the Netherlands in the end. Now, the Netherlands are capable of winning, but if it is, it will be a tactical piece of genius and maybe a bit of luck. I see overall, as the 2 teams compared to one another, Argentina is better. And I'll be predicting a 3-1. So, what I'm hoping for a third place match of Netherlands versus Germany, which is a big rivalry, by the way. It's Netherlands' most hated rivals, the Germans, and Germans probably, I don't know, everybody hates the Germans, so I think most people would say England are their biggest rival, but it seems everyone hates the Germans, so whatever. No offense, Germany. And Brazil-Argentina, the biggest rivalry in international football in the final. I think this would be just absolutely perfect. The only shame that exists in this is that Neymar will not be playing, so we'll have a little bit of, it will tarnish the occasion just slightly not having Brazil's biggest star player in the final, but Brazil-Argentina would always be a match I would want to watch regardless of circumstances. Alright guys, that's all I have to say on this. Guys, have a good one and enjoy the games this week. Peace!